Welcome to the Fast Forward, the companion episode to the Rewind here on the Wayward World podcast on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. I'm Thumali. That's Thumali. I'm your host. And I'm here with Chance Hazard, Drag King. How are you doing, Chance? How was that episode?
That was so much fun. I had a really good time. Yeah, I am glad that we were able to set it up. You're a good host. I think I had a lot of good laughs.
This is a companion episode to the Rewind. I'm going to ask Chance 5 questions I like to ask guests each and every week. They're fun. They're not so fast. Well, we'll try to make them as fast as we can because social media they have limits of how long things need to be. Chance, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Question number 1. Describe a perfect day. What is a perfect day to you?
A perfect day is probably hanging out with some friends, being able to get some lunch, talk about our art, brainstorm with each other, maybe do like a little costuming. I love to create art whenever I can. Um, you know, and then ending it with some karaoke. I love me some karaoke. I do karaoke as much as I can.
Yeah. I love how
Yeah.
your perfect day involves more work. Like
I find it to be a fun time. I find it to
yeah,
be a fun time.
I love that.
Well, I find I used to do a lot of like Lego, and now that has been replaced with rhinestoning.
Okay.
It gets me into a flow. I love getting into a flow state, you know, with rhinestoning or juggling, just like whatever I'm able to do in the moment that like makes sense and gets my head into a cool space.
Yeah, and Legos and rhinestones are pretty much the same price. They're both very expensive.
They are both very expensive. It takes a lot of money to look this cheap. I'm always saying it.
Yeah, I love that. Question number 2. What is a song that describes your life right now?
Ooh, a song that describes my life right now. Man, my life is all over the place all the time. I am going to choose, though, maybe Sweet Tooth by Polyphia, which
Oh,
is an instrumental metal song.
okay.
Um, and I feel like I just, my, I have like, ADHD and like I feel like my mind is always a thousand places at once.
Mhm.
Um, you know, and instrumental metal is like something that I feel like also has like so many sounds coming from everywhere going on, and yet melds together so perfectly. And that's like a really sort of like sweet but intense song. So I think that that would probably be a good one.
I've never heard the phrase instrumental metal before. Like that sounds so, but like I guess that makes sense. Like I'm sure it does exist. Like it's just like a lot of drums, a lot of like like that's how I imagine it anyway.
I would say that's more like stoner metal, definitely.
Mhm.
The instrumental metal that I like is a lot of like high tones, I would
Oh,
say.
okay.
Um, you should check out Polyphia after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Question number 3. What is your third favorite movie?
My third favorite movie. Wow. Let's see. My big three in movies uh, would,
Mhm.
would maybe be. I'm gonna pick Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Okay, that makes sense. You know, I have not seen that movie. I heard it's so good though. Like
It's so good.
I'm on a Shrek I'm on a Shrek like crave right now. Now that Shrek 5 is coming out, like I need to get back into Shrek.
Yo, honestly, you should watch that movie. It has some of the best villain design I've ever seen in any movie. I feel like it really makes you feel the art style goes between, that like classic DreamWorks art to like sort of like the fighting style art that you see in like anime.
Okay.
Uh and I just think it's like really interesting. It has so many good laughs. A lot of like, you know, undertones of adult humor, but like completely like, you know, fine for kids. But I just, yeah, I really like that movie. I've watched it so many times.
I'll need, I'll need to check that out. Question number 4. What is your favorite ice cream topping or frozen yogurt or gelato?
Oh, topping. I think that my favorite topping is Oreos. And that's not
Oh,
because I'm half black, half white, I swear to God.
yeah, yeah. No, I get that. I get that. I love me a good Oreo too.
Yeah,
Like an
yeah.
Oreo ice cream, Oreos on top, a McFlurry, like Oreo, like shout out to Oreos. Whoever
Shout
invented them,
out to Oreos.
like
Yeah,
they
I have like Oreo ice cream cones.
mhm,
I that's that good. The cones. Sometimes I
mhm.
do eat the cone if I run out of ice cream.
They
just
like
I just eat the cone like a cookie.
yeah, Miss Oreo really put her pussy in that, like that cream. Like I just something about it. It's amazing. Like
Yeah.
my favorite's the birthday cake Oreos. Like I know they're super
Mm,
sugary and stuff like that, but
mm.
like I like that. I like that a lot, especially with milk. Like it cuts out a lot of the sugar.
Yeah, I honestly I had the Post Malone Oreos. I am ashamed to say they
Oh,
are so good.
what are the Post Malone?
I
I've
was like,
seen
I
those.
was like, ooh. My partner was literally like, "Hey, do you want the Post Malone Oreos?" And I was like, "I think I do. I think I
Yeah.
do." She was
What
saying it as a joke. I was taken. I was taken. They're good.
one thing I forgot to comment on your episode too. I can hear your Rhode Island, like your New York accent, like come out just a few, just a little bit. Especially now when you said toffee. I was
Fluffy.
like, he is from the East Coast. He's not
Yeah,
lying.
yeah. Listen, I feel like I'm the only person out here with an accent. I've met several people from the East Coast. Nobody has an accent but me. What's up with that?
As as far as you're aware, maybe they're all speaking an accent. you
No,
know,
I
you
really don't think so.
uh,
I feel like after like all the mobster movies that came out in like the like 90s,
mhm,
that like East Coasters were like, whoa, like I'm gonna separate myself from that. But listen, I'm a Rhode Island Italian, not New York,
mhm.
not Long Island. I'm like 45 minutes from Boston.
All
Uh, but like, yeah, the Italians can't get rid of that accent. That's just what it is.
I love that. Question number 5, the last question, the most important question of the show. Pick a side, left Twix or right Twix.
Ooh, left Twix or right Twix? I mean, I like to think of myself as pretty equal opportunity, but you know, I'm gonna choose left Twix.
Do you want to answer why?
Um, because that's what felt right in my mind when you asked me that question.
Did it feel right or did it feel left?
It felt left.
There we go. I love that.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
answer. Chance, thank you so much for joining me for the rewind and for the fast forward. Like I'm excited. People need to listen to your full episode. It was a lot of fun. Um, yeah. Any last words you want to say to end us off?
uh, yeah, no, thank you so much for having me. This was a really good time. I have loved talking. I think you've asked really good questions, and I love talking about myself. So have me on anytime.
All right. Watch the full episode on podcast services everywhere and YouTube. Check out Wayward World Studios and Wayward Artists. Without further ado, it's been real.
Later.